clinically diagnosed with bipolar schizophrenia.
Violent trauma I suffered years ago.
Depression and anxiety. I've also struggled with suicidal thoughts.
Depression and high functioning anxiety.
I suffer from depression. Every day while I drove and it rained and I cried, and I could care less if I'd hit another car or a building so that I could end all this tireless, endless misery.
I've always struggled with wondering or worrying if I fit in groups. And it wasn't until I was in my late teens, early 20s when I started thinking about potentially life would be a lot easier without me in it.
After being admitted into an outpatient facility for drug addiction, I realised that my life was completely ruined, and it was at that point that I realised that I was experiencing schizophrenia.
Yeah, I found it really difficult to talk about how I was feeling because it didn't really make sense to me at the time. Immediately after the trauma happened, I actually went home, and on the way home, all I could think about was how my parents would feel, how they would deal with it, and rather than focusing on myself.
I struggled because I've always been quite a high functioning person. I'm very positive, very bubbly, really well put together. The challenge was to let people know that I'm not as in control as what I always appear.
It is a problem, and it's not something that needs to be talked about under covers.
It's wrong. You know, and why are we so PC? Why are we afraid?
There were people who didn't know what to say but actively avoided me and didn't treat me like they would before, and that was really difficult and isolating. At the time, my mum actually gave me a hug, which she doesn't do a lot, and it was such a simple gesture, but it was the most powerful support I could have received at that moment, because it told me that she loved me, she didn't think less of me.
The driving force, I think, has to come from within you. It's really, really easy to say the words, believe in yourself, know that you are worth feeling better, and another thing to feel it. It's a really tough one to get around. The only way I can think of is for people to be looking out for one another.
If people could come at it from a place of love and understanding rather than trying to solve the problem that's in front of you, that can be really helpful, because sometimes it's just a listening ear or a hug.
Sometimes we can't see around the corner and we don't know how close we are because we've got our peripherals on and all we can see is our own pain. And when we're so close to that bend, just hold on, hold on. There's something there, and there is someone there that will show you love. I've waited for this day. I nearly died. Lucky I didn't. Every day my daughters ring me and tell me that they love me. She's 33 years old now, and she gave me this. It's a key, and it says love. Man, how powerful is that?